Hey guys, welcome to another new video. You're watching Motor69 with me, Manjuna. So in this video, we are going to review yet another SD bike, that is SD Adventure.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
So firstly, let us look on to the variants, colors and pricing of this bike, at which different variants are appearing. It is having three different variants, so Adventure Slick Silver, Mambo Black and Ranger Camo. And similarly, what we saw in the Roadster, the same thing is happening, just the color changes, and the colors are visible on your screen now. Let's just go for a quick walk around and know different things about this bike. And as you can see from the front, I think you have got a similar look that of the Himalayan. Don't confuse it with the Himalayan. This is Adventure and that is Himalayan. Let's see the quick specs of this bike, and here you have a weight of 188 kg, 220 mm ground clearance, massive ground clearance, and 815 mm seat height. This is a little problem, and 15.5 liter petrol tank. Now the seat height, obviously, as you can see from here, it is just height, but when you sit, the seat just goes down because it's a monoshock suspension. So anyways, the seat is just going a little bit down, so there's no problem. But 815 mm, still I think SD has made this bike specifically for tall and strong riders. They don't want this to go in the hands of some little short people. I think that was the motive with SD, because you know, this seat height, that is very massive. And coming to the front side of this bike, you're again getting the same LED lamp that you were getting in the Roadster. The similar kind of headlamp setup is being seen, and along with that you got the indicators, round indicators, and you can see there's a very like a street racer, like a mudguard that's been provided on the top, similar to that one, the Himalayan, and one more bike that you're going to get in the Hero. So similar to that, the bike mudguard is appearing, and there you have the SD badging on the petrol tank, and the petrol tank is unique from the rest of the two SD bikes. So the petrol tank is really unique one. And as you can observe, there are a lot of grill works been running around this bike, and the grill works are especially like the finish of the grill works are not top notch, but the rigidity of those grills are pretty much good. And you can see there the Adventure badging that's been going on, and I think from the rear side, I think there is not so much elements visible, and as you can see, the tail lamp, the LED tail lamp, along with the two indicators that we saw in the front actually. And here you have just a little hook like a strap and grab handle, and as you can observe, the seat, it is a split type seat and a slightly step up seat. I think the pillion reader, he has to just climb even more higher than the rider to just sit on the bike, but the seat is comfortable and cushiony. As we have gone for a test ride, I think the bike seats are very much good, and it has got a 15.5 liter petrol tank, and you cannot expect mileage from these bikes. So it can go around a range of 400-420 kilometers and a full tank, and that's a pretty good thing, I think, considering the size of the engine to which this bike is actually coming in. And this hook, I think, is especially like you can just carry some bags like parcel trays or something on that hook, and you can even tie some bags sideways, and you can even travel. So this is a complete off-roader bike, I think, more than city. If you are trying to travel to longer distances, I think this bike is pretty much good. And you can see the attention to detail elements like the stickerings, and the quality of the parts, touch and feel is pretty much good. I think the quality is again at top notch. And as you can observe here, you have got the buttons on the handle knobs, and you have got the headlamp controls over there. So this is I think becoming trend, like giving a single switch for fast light as well as high beam, low beam. And on this side you have got the short switch, you have got a starter, and you have got a kill switch, and the quality of which is pretty much good. And coming to the instrument cluster, it's like looking like a tablet, and you have got two dials over there. If you connect the Bluetooth, I think it also offers navigation. And apart from that, this is the same instrument dial which you are going to get in the Roadster, and it you've got a Bluetooth connectivity. Apart from that, all the necessary informations have been displayed on the instrument dial, and I think it's pretty much good. And here is a special thing that you get is a charger, and you get a C-type port here, dudes. It's amazing. C-type along with USB. I think that is a pretty much good thing, I think, considering this bike. And you won't get the charge in the other two bikes of the Yezdi. You are going to get the charger only in this model. I think that's a good thing to know about. And the quality of it is also very good, and the position at which the charge is placed is also pretty much good thing, I have to say. And coming to the engine specs, it has got a 334cc liquid cooled engine which produces a power of 29.7 bhp and a torque of 29.9 newton meter, which is 0.9 newton meter more than Roadster. I think all the three bikes in the Yezdi share the same engine. It's just that they are tuned in slightly different manners, so to have to extract different type of performance. And here you get this kind of power and torque figures. I think no doubt this bike is perfect off-roader. And along with that, you can see the spoked tires that you are going to get, and it is serving perfectly, I think. And you can say this is a perfect off-roader because you've got all the elements stick, like you have to carry luggage, you have the space, you have got the power, you have to have a really broader section tires that stick. I think you have got a spoked wheels, you have got disc brakes, so everything is sticked at the right place. So I think this is a really good thing. And as I said, there are a lot of grill works over here. As you can observe, the welding particularly over here, it is slightly underrated. And as you can observe here, you can see the monoshock suspension in the back that you can observe, a single coil monoshock suspension, and it's a pretty comfortable suspension to begin with. And in the front, you can observe there you get a 41mm forks that you are going to get as a suspension in the front. Coming to the brakes, you can see there is a dual channel ABS and dual disc that is been offered in this bike. So let us now move on to the ride experience and see how it is to ride the bike. So currently I'm sitting on the bike, and it feels like, yeah, the bike is on the ABS side. I can feel the weight of the bike as soon as I sit and just have put the gear. And previous SD, whatever the adventure was coming, the clutch was little on the harder side. Now it's on the lighter side, and it's really comfortable to ride. So I was just like thinking, can I ride it in the city with the ease of comfort due to the weight? But now I think I can even ride this in the city, and it sort of looks like a Himalayan. If somebody asks you which bike is this, I think you don't have to say it's Himalayan Adventure, but it pretty much resembles the Himalayan. So next, moving on to the response of the engine, I think straight from the first gear, I think the engine is very responsive, and I thought it would be difficult for us to maneuver in the city condition, but I have no issues maneuvering this bike in the city traffic, especially where I am currently now. I am able to easily put this bike into this traffic, and I just can maneuver between the vehicles very easily. And now I am going to take a turn, and let us see what it feels. And it's just ease that it's not like I am feeling very heavy when I am just turning and I have to really hold back the vehicle. It is very free, and I am going to give a throttle and see how the bike just moves off 48, 49. But the road is pretty much bumpy here and traffic, due to which I am not able to move past the 49, 50 mark. But considering the road, I think the vehicle is pretty much comfortable to ride, because so much bumps on the road, but still I think the vehicle is pretty much very easy to ride. And one more thing that can be appreciated is the instrument dial. So it's really exposed to the sunlight, and still, as you can observe, it is very clearly visible, and even in the camera it's really pretty much visible. So that is the thing that you can observe in the screen, that this instrument dial is pretty much clearly visible. And apart from that, I don't know, this bike has been just showing the hazard light right from the start of the ride. I think the showroom guys have set this. I don't know, I am not able to off it, but anyways, I think that is not of high hindrance to us. Now just moving on to it, I'll just try to overtake and see how it just pulls off, because I was staying at around 30 kilometers, third gear, 30-40 kilometers, and this bike just easily goes, and the engine refinement is top notch. Once again, here similar to the Roadster, I think if you want to have a very peaceful ride in the city, you just have to just move it very smoothly. I think this bike just does the job. And if you have to overtake, you have to give a throttle in the second, even in the third gear, I think the bike picks up from where it has left. I think that is the power of this bike. Let us see if we can just overtake this auto and just move forward. And yeah, when I just want the power, I think it just immediately gives me that power. And now, as you observe, there a certain auto driver had come between the road, and I had to apply the brakes, and the brakes are pretty much fine here. The ABS is working perfectly well, and the dual disc, I think there's no there is no skidding or jerking like movement when I'm just suddenly applying the brakes, and ABS is pretty much coming right into the 8. So I think overall, if I have to say, I think more than city, if you have a lot of riding in the off-roads, and if you have to work more on the highways, I think this is pretty much a desirable bike, because it has that enough pull to take you on time. Braking is absolutely top notch, and along with that, you know, you have got the these assistance, road assistance. So I think all of this makes a very good package if you want to purchase an adventure. If you want to just ride in the city and a small highway trips, I think you can look into Roadster. That is also pretty much good bike, and we have even reviewed it. But if you want the thrilling adventure of the highway, I think you have to go for adventure. So that is all from this video. I hope you like the video very much. Please do comment what do you think about the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do feel free to subscribe channel and press the bell button icon so that you won't miss any of our next updates. So until then, goodbye.